been the two biggest factors, I guess, in these last two games in these regionals? You seen something that's different in these two games as opposed to other ones?
Well, we scored some baskets there the second half. Mike Mosher, really some good movement on Johnny's penetration for some easy baskets. Thought our defensive intensity really picked up the second half, much different than the first half. So I thought that was a big factor for us. I thought Dodd and Jason did a nice job on Wilcox. He's an all-conference player and one of the best in the league. He really hurt us up at their place. And, in the first half, we probably spent too much time worried about him and gave up some things inside. But the second half, Johnny getting up, Coach Stubblefield made a recommendation at half that, we get Johnny up more. We were playing a little passive on their point guard, trying to block some things inside. It wasn't working. And I thought Johnny getting up, DA getting up, and creating some more pressure helped us.
Looked like one of Damian's best nights offensively all season. What did you think about his performance?
Oh, I thought he was really solid. Shot selection was really good. Defensively, I thought he was really good. 4 rebounds, 3 on the defensive end. A putback, was just 1 offensive rebound. So I thought defensively he had a great night. Offensively, he had a very good night, 7 for 8. But I thought his shot selection, taking the ball at the basket, was very good. And, he missed a couple free throws, which he's been shooting free throws really good. So, but it was a really good game for him offensively, defensively, and 4 or 5 boards is really good, in his 26 minutes. I thought he played really well.
You get a sense of pride in their resiliency, the way they handled themselves down the stretch in the last couple of games after those narrow losses earlier?
Sure. If you don't have good guys, they start blaming each other. It's hard to bounce back. And guys have stayed resilient. They've stayed together. The seniors have tried to lead. It's really important to those guys to finish strong. So, yeah, I like the way they've handled it. We were all, it was a tough stretch, and we still got a lot of work ahead of us. But, the great thing for us is, we're going to have our shot, and it starts again on Sunday, and all we got to worry about is Washington State on Sunday, and we got 5 games left, 3 of them at home, and we just got to keep going. I know it's a cliche, but one at a time, and next one's Sunday against Washington State. And there'll be a different team with Lacey. We played pretty well up there last time, but Lacey has really had some big games, and so we'll have to do a good job.
Mike said on that 3-point play when you guys were up 3 and he went in there, sort of the play kind of broken down there, and he's kind of took the loop. Can you take us through kind of what happened there?
Well, we were trying to get some motion, some movement there, and we were stumbling through a possession, and they got out to pressure and created a driving lane there, and Mike took it strong and finished. I thought his finishes were really important to us. We started the second half with a little play, and he gets an N1, and we ran the same play another time, and he scored, and then that one where he just drove it and finished, So, yeah, those were all big plays right at the basket because we weren't getting much inside, but points in the paint evened out because our guards and Mike got to the rim a few times.
You guys started out so fast in the second half, 10-0 run. Was there something you saw in the first half you thought you could attack right off the bat?
No, not really. We wanted to get some energy going, and Johnny attacked the basket on that first possession, and Mike made a good move. We get a 3-point play, which allowed us to set a press, and then the crowd got into it a little bit and got some transition. So, there's just some energy got going. We didn't play with the energy, the bounce that we wanted to in the first half, and part of that was we were giving up easy baskets, and guys knew we weren't supposed to, and so it was a little negative there. You're just giving up those easy buckets.
Dana, was this a milestone of sorts for you with 500 wins, or do you think about that very much?
Well, you do a little bit because, you realize how fortunate you are. 25 years surviving is, there's not a lot of guys do it. I've been really fortunate, as I said last week, just to work at really good places. I would have never got a start if it wouldn't have been a guy named Mitch Richmond. That's my whole career at 25 started because I got a really good player. And everything that that I've been able to do with my teams, because we've had really good players. And, but it all started with Mitchell and Richmond, and he was just a special player. And, you know, Marshall for a year, Kansas State for 4, Creighton for 16, and here for 4. You know, I really enjoyed my 4 years coaching junior college. I thought that was really good for me as a young coach. And so, you know, I've been lucky. You know, the people I've been around at all the schools I've worked, you know, just been so supportive. And, you know, you realize that, you know, this business is, you know, fans can jump off and on the bandwagon, but I've worked for really good people, really strong people. Got a great wife who puts up with me and understands my job. And my kids have, you know, gone without their dad a lot, but that's true for a lot of professions. You know, coaching's no different than a lot of professions, but my wife did a tremendous job of keeping our family, you know, together, and Reva did a great job there. So the only thing 500 makes you reflect. It does, you know, and 25 years is a long time, and had really good assistants, really good players, and worked at very good schools.
How much different is this offense with Mike going like that?
A lot, you know, we're a lot different. You know, just gives us that scorer that can spread the floor. You know, when you got a 4-man who can spread the floor, it opens up driving lanes for Joe and Dot, Johnny, D.A. So when he's shooting it well and then finishing some plays inside, you know, go back and if you look at Mike's stats, the games he's played really well in, you know, we've been pretty good. And that's a lot of pressure to put on one guy. But, you know, that's kind of a factor because he gives us a big score when he's scoring like that, and a guy that can spread the floor. And then when he finishes those drives inside like he did, it makes it, puts a lot of pressure on the rim.
Would you just say these last 2 games have been one of the more complete games you guys have played all season?
You know, I don't know. You know, our games, you know, those 3 games that we lost by 2, we played pretty hard. We played pretty good. You know, when a game comes down to 1 or 2 possessions, it's hard to say that, you know, you didn't play well, you know. But, you know, the thing, we didn't finish well offensively in this one, but I thought defensively we finished a lot better. I thought Jason really did a good job on Wilcox. It was obvious they were trying to go to him. I thought Jason did a really good job of making it very difficult, not giving him any looks. We limited him to 1 shot down the stretch. So, you know, I thought defensively and on the boards down the stretch, we did a great job. A little disappointed offensively. You know, we're going to have to work on our out-of-bounds plays and get a little better movement there.
That's quite a change from the losing games, I guess, that you've had. The fact that your defense was so on point. Do you think that you're going to be able to achieve a balance for both defense and offense?
Well, you hope to, and you're right. Those losses, we didn't get stops. We didn't get rebounds down the stretch. Sometimes we offensively executed, sometimes we didn't, but it always came down to if we got a stop, we'd have been in good shape. And that was the scenario tonight, and we did a better job. We got stops. We got stops against Oregon State. So hopefully, you know, when you got a score like Wilcox and they're going to him and you don't allow him to get an easy look, you know, you got to feel good about that.
You pinpoint the reason the DA struggles?
You know, I haven't, other than the fact that he wants it so bad that he's trying too hard, trying to get him to relax and play. But, you know, he's had, you know, unfortunately he had 2 really good days of practice. He was really ready to go, and it just didn't go well for him. But, you know, he's got to go. All players go through it. He just got to keep fighting it. He's very talented. He's a good player. You know, he's just struggling right now.
There's something that you implemented offensively with Damian. He's shooting like almost 80% the last 2 games.
Well, I think his shot selection has been really good. You know, I think he knows what he's looking for. We've shown him statistically what he's very good at, and he knows what he wants right now. And boy, I thought his balance was great. You know, when he's on balance and shoots, you know, he's a much higher percentage when his body gets going left, right, like most guys. But when he's on balance, you know, he's a very good shooter. So I thought his shot selection was great. He took the ball at the basket. He's been shooting free throws really well. He was surprised he missed 2, you know, but he got going at the basket. He finished some tough plays, and I thought every jumper he took, he was on balance and he knew he wanted it. And so that gives you confidence when you know that's your shot and you get on balance. That just it raises your confidence level.
An extra meeting for you for Johnny becoming the all-time winningest player?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a lot of games in the last 4 years, so you know our winning percentage isn't as high as some of the others. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he's been here 4 years and he's been at practice every day. He's busted his tail every day. Whether he's played well, whether he hasn't played well, he's always been about the team. So yeah, I feel good for him. I feel good that you know, he stuck it out with us. He was our first recruit here. If you guys remember 4 years ago when we got here, we had like 6 or 7 guys, and it was May, and we were scrambling. We were very fortunate to get Johnny, and for him to stick with us and, you know, play hard and come to practice every day with energy and bounce. As I've talked about before, every organization, every company, every team needs energy givers, and Johnny Lloyd's an energy giver. You got guys that don't bring energy, they suck energy. Johnny gives energy every day for 4 years, and, you know, we're losing. He still comes to practice bouncing around. Last year he was struggling. DA gets hurt. He's got to take the load. He didn't handle it real well. I didn't have a backup ready. He struggled, but he still brought it every day. So young man's got a lot of character. He's an energy giver, which every organization, every team needs, and he's done that for 4 years. So yeah, I'm happy for him.
How do you think you played tonight?
How Johnny played?
Yeah.
If it wouldn't have been for those silly turnovers late, he played good. He gave us energy. Defensively, he set the tone the second half, hit a big 3 when we were struggling offensively. You take away the turnovers late, and Johnny Lloyd played really good.